G'day everyone, the Victorian trout season opens this Saturday morning, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the lures that I've got packed to take fishing with me. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. How nice is this spot? This is called Brian's Gorge Falls in the Warby Ovens National Park. Or for us Wangaratta folk that have lived here all our lives, this is Jubilee Falls. The real name is Brian's Gorge Falls, but it's next to the Jubilee Golf Course, and most Wangaratta people call it Jubilee Falls. I've come here for a reason. See those big rocky escarpments? Today is the windiest day that I can remember. My electricity at home has been out for 10 hours. I was going to film this video with my big camera, but I can't charge the batteries, so I'm just going to film it with this action camera. But I've come down into this steep gorge to get out of the wind. It's just horrendous. There may still be a little bit of wind noise, but it should be okay. I've got two EcoFlow units at home and I'm so thankful I've got them. One of them is at my place running my fridge. The other one is at my mum's place running her fridge. That's why I'm not using them to charge camera batteries. Right, trout season opens this week. Let's have a look at what I've got packed. This is a what's in my bag, I suppose, for trout opening. It's got all the things in it that I need. Lots of soft plastics because I love using soft plastics, but there's heaps of other lures and odds and ends. Let's have a look. I've got a bag, a supermarket bag. I think it's a IGA bag or a Target bag or something. IGA by the looks of it. Just in case I decide to keep a fish, so I can just keep a bit of slime out of my fishing bag. Now I'll put this on top of there to stop the wind moving it. You may have seen this before in some of my trout fishing videos. That's my foldable secateurs. I use them for trimming blackberry bushes and just overhanging branches and stuff, just to make the path a little bit clearer walking up the streams. In here I've got a heap of lures and I'll go through them last. I'll go through my soft plastics first. I've got some Strike Tiger Trout Oil lure scent. I don't use lure scent all the time, but I like to have it there for those times when the fish just aren't biting, or they're just following or just pecking at the tails of soft plastic. Sometimes a little bit of trout oil or a bit of lure scent can just turn those follows into more aggressive strikes and help you have a better hookup rate. Right, let's have a look. That one there has got one Strike Tiger Nymph in black and gold. That's one of my favourite, probably my all-time favourite colour. My all-time favourite trout soft plastic, the Strike Tiger Nymph in black and gold colour. And there's a brand new packet because I've only got one left in that packet. So I've got some Strike Tiger Nymphs in black and gold. Now I'm going to go through all the soft plastics first, then we'll go to the rest of the lures. I've got Strike Tiger Micro Spoon. I've got a few videos. If you search Robbie Fishing, trout fishing with micro spoons, you'll find a few videos of me using these. They can come in really handy, the micro spoons. Some jig heads, that's a bit of a mixture. I must have put a few different ones in there. There's some heavier ones and lighter ones. Some more jig heads. Another micro spoon. We've got a bright pink Tassie Devil in there, Tasmanian Devil lure. Another micro spoon. This one's a green and gold colour. We have some nymphs in coffee colour. I have had some amazing trout fishing sessions with the coffee colour. I think black and gold is my favourite, but coffee has certainly come in very handy. This is probably one of my favourites as well, the Black Caviar Micro Minnow by Strike Tiger. I've caught so many trout on the Black Caviar Micro Minnow. We have some cranberry 1-inch nymphs. Sometimes I like a little bit of red early in the season when there's a few worms in the system. I just find it, I don't know whether it's a coincidence or not, but just sometimes red can go okay early in the season. I've got some more Black Caviar Micro Minnows. So that's 2 half packets of them I've got. Some mint jelly nymphs. I've done well with them last year in the spring. Some Black Caviar nymphs. Black Caviar is a very handy colour. I think I like the black and gold better early in the season and the Black Caviar a bit better later in the season. I've got some black and gold mud eyes, Strike Tiger mud eyes. These are a lot bigger, just in case I find myself in a lake with a few weeds or somewhere where there's a few bigger fish around. I've got some, that's micro minnow in black and gold, but there's also a 3-inch Pro Series orange minnow in there because I've probably just put it in there for some reason or another. I've got one of my favourite trout plastics and one of my favourite redfin plastics in the same bag there. We've got a few more jig heads. These are the best size for the nymphs and micro minnows. the 132 ounce size 6 jig head. So the really small ones, just to allow me to retrieve the soft plastic nice and slow. I sacrifice a lot of casting distance and sinking. It doesn't sink very fast, but it allows me to really just bounce it up and down nice and slow, and allows the trout to come up behind it and really engulf it in. So that's my favourite size. The 132 size 6, same thing. These are the 116 size 4. So the hook's a bit bigger and it's quite a bit heavier, and that's better if I'm in a bigger river, like say the Midda River or the Kiba River or somewhere where I really want to cast a long way. Here's a really old pack, the 132 size 4. They're the old Strike Tiger packets. These are the newer ones. They're the Strike Tiger orange spawn 3-inch minnow. I've got a few redfin sort of centric lures, so I like to have a few redfin lures in with me as well, just in case I go trout fishing and then on the way home I decide to stop somewhere and have a flick for a redfin. Some black and gold micro minnows, some 132 of an ounce size 4 jig heads. There's some banana shot grubs. Once again, I've just got them there in case I stop and try and catch a redfin somewhere on the way back. Same with these. These are great. These trout roe, excellent colour for trout in the autumn, and they probably will work this time of year, especially if you've got a stream with rainbow trout, because they spawn a bit later than the brown trout. But I've got them in there pretty much for just in case I stop and go redfin fishing somewhere. The 1-inch Strike Tiger nymph in disco. I've done very, very well with the disco colour early in the season before when I'm trout fishing. Some black and green or black mint coloured nymphs. Some ginger beer coloured nymphs. Once again, I like that bit of red. And I've got some black and gold galaxias, I think they call these. So the label's faded down there, but I'm pretty sure these are called the galaxias. And once again, just like the mud eyes, I've put these in because they're bigger, just in case I get to a stream with a few bigger fish or something a bit more predatory. I have caught trout on these. They're quite a useful plastic, but they're not the sort of go-to plastic that I'll start with, but they come into their own when you see a few bigger fish swimming around. And then there's another spoon. So I'm just going to put them back in there for now to get them out of the wind. So I've got heaps of different colours in plastics, heaps of my favourite trout colours, a few of my favourite redfin colours in case I stop somewhere else, a variety of jig head sizes, some lure scent, and a Tasmanian devil. Now this is what's in it. I actually haven't touched this since last season, since the end of last season. I went and organised some plastics this morning and made sure I had everything I needed colour wise, but I haven't even opened this for a long time. So I've got some hooks just in case I decide to drift a worm or something. I don't think I've got any split shot in, so it'll be an unweighted worm, just in case we get a bit of rain or something. I can drift a worm down the stream. Right, I've only got one hand here. What I'll do, I'll lay it out like that. Oh, this is the one that came in the is that the one that came in the Tackle Club box last month, or was it one similar? I can't remember what it's called, but it was awesome on redfin. It'll work on trout as well. But I can see here I've got a Berkeley bent minnow. That was from Tackle Club. A wild bait minnow. They're always a very good choice. What's this one called? I think that's a Berkeley. There it is. A Berkeley Twitcher. That came in a Tackle Club box last year. And I've got a bullet lure. This was handed to me. I was standing on the side of Sanford Road in Wangaratta chatting to a couple of friends, and a guy rocked up in a car and he came out and handed me a couple of bullet lures. So I've got them in here as well. So I've got a bibless minnow and a few other minnows there, including wild bait, Berkeley, and the bullet lure. Oh, here's another little Rapala. I used that last season, a tiny little Rapala with a single treble hook. And then there's a Strike Tiger nymph with the claws removed. I've got some second-hand soft plastics in here that I've used before. That's a Strike Tiger nymph in black caviar colour with the claws removed. Now, what's this big Johnny Long Prong? That is a Serpent 75. It might be a Damiki, I think, but I could be wrong. I like these longer minnows later in the season when the trout are getting a bit more aggressive in the autumn. So that probably won't get much of a swim until autumn. And that'll be this is a team born to fish. That'll be more likely to be used in the autumn, although being a bit smaller, that'll work any time of the year. That's a Dr. Twitch minnow by Team Born to Fish. I have some sharp hooks. We have another Team Born to Fish Twitch minnow there. There's a little silver bullet minnow there. and a wild bait minnow there. A French touch tackle bladed spinner. Big fan of these spinners. I think that they are awesome. There's just a second-hand soft plastic there and a couple of hooks and line clips. Now, this one here, this is, I forget the name of it. This came in a tackle club box early in the winter, and I went to Lake Buffalo to try and catch a redfin on it. Didn't do any good this year, but last year I cleaned up on the redfin with one of them. That's more of a redfin lure, that one. What's this guy here? I think this is a Damiki, but I'm pretty sure it's a Damiki from Tackle Club. A lot of these lures have come from my Tackle Club subscription. It's just a little crankbait, a little chubby crankbait, but I'm pretty sure it's a Damiki. This is one of my favourites. I love this lure. This is the Pontoon 21 Tantalizer. Pontoon 21 is one of my favourite brands of minnows, probably the favourite. I love Pontoon 21 minnows, and that Tantalizer is a gem. It's a jointed minnow, so it twitches a little bit in the water and looks a little bit like it's alive, and trout just climb all over that. I've had a lot of success using that. We have another little jig head here. That's a Striped Tiger micro minnow. Think that might be copper berry colour, but I could be wrong. And a really small Striped Tiger jig head. A bit of a tangle. Now here's another, yeah, there's another one of those minnows. I'm pretty sure they're a Damiki. I'm 99% sure they're a Damiki. They've come from the Tackle Club. I've got another Tassie Devil there, another pink Tassie Devil. They're more, I use them more in lakes, but they certainly do work in rivers. Another French touch tackle spinner. I should actually lay these, organise these a bit so that when I put them back, I can put them back in some kind of order. We've got a Celta spinner. That was from the Tackle Club. This one here is, not sure what this one is. It's just a brown trout pattern minnow. It looks like a knockoff of a Rapala. I don't think it's a oh, hang on, it's got something written on the bib. I can't see it because my eyes are too old. Even though I've got my glasses on, I still can't see it. It's a little brown trout minnow. Now we've got a few soft plastics. We've got one micro minnow, one nymph with the claws removed, another micro minnow, another micro minnow, and another micro minnow. And then there's just a few hooks in there and another Celta. They're just in there because when I'm trout fishing and I decide to have a lure change and change lures, well, I take them off and I put them in here. Better speed this up a bit. That sky's looking a bit precarious. Right, we've got the Tassie Devil spinners. I've got a Tassie Devil spinner. I've got another soft plastic curl tail grub. I've got another Striped Tiger nymph with the claws removed. That's more for redfin. That's the Striped Tiger Pro Series minnow. A wild bait minnow. Another French touch tackle spinner, and a little, I think there's a little Damiki. There might be Pontoon 21 spinners. They're from the Tackle Club anyway. Sorry, I'm speeding this up a bit here. The sky's going very grey. A Striped Tiger Pro Series minnow. A Striped Tiger nymph. There's a Striped Tiger micro minnow. A few jig heads. I've got some more French touch tackle spinners, and a couple more of the, are these Pontoon 21 or Damiki? I can't remember. They come in the Tackle Club. All I know is that they catch fish. They actually work. They're quite good. Another French touch tackle spinner. Another jig head. I've got a blade. I think it's a TT blade, is it? I'm not 100% sure. Gee whiz, my eyes are bad. Then again, it's getting that dark. That's probably got something to do with it. Another soft plastic. And look, I think it's about to pour rain. In here, I've got lots of spinners. There's a blade there. There's one blade and lots of different coloured spinners and a couple of jig heads. Lots of French touch tackle spinners in there. It's starting to rain. I can hear the raindrops landing on this bit of paper here and I can see them on the table. Folks, I've got to pack up. I'm about to get caught short in the rain. I might have been able to escape the wind, but I haven't been able to escape the showers and it's about to pour rain. But folks, that's what I'm taking. That's everything in my bag ready for this Saturday morning. My soft plastics, my lures, a bag, some secateurs. Get me out of here before I get wet. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope this has given you a few ideas of what to pack when you go out. And good luck on Saturday morning. Quick, pack up. There's not a second to lose. Check this out, I literally just got back to the car and now it's hailing. Look at the hailstones. I've got everything put away. I was in that towels on that table up there behind the tree. I just got back to the car and now it started to hail.